Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Geek Tech Show. In today's episode, we are gonna do head-to-head match between two different kind of Moab shoes. The tactical version versus the original Moab 2 high-end version of it. What I mean by high-end? Well, there's two different versions of those shoes. There's the high tops and the low tops. Those are definitely the high tops tactical gear version of those shoes, military style inspired. And there is the normal backpacking shoes, some of the best shoes that I ever worn over here. And after checking those out and being super satisfied with them, I have decided to check out a different version, which is going to be the military grade shoes. So what is the big difference between those two? Well, those specific ones over here, they're a little bit lighter. They cost $10 less, and they're not as heavy duty as the military version of those shoes. I did have and I created a review of those already, so because of that we are going to be focusing all our attention on those, the military tactical version of those shoes. So those have been designed for active duty people who are in the military but want to wear something off base. You can't wear those on base because they are not military issued shoes, but they look very nice. And if you want to wear something that is almost military like and yet you want to have something that feels great on your feet, those are the next best thing to actual combat boots, which are not the best shoes that you can wear anywhere you can go. Now the big difference between those two is super heavy. Compared to the originals, they have more materials, they are more heavy, they are almost indestructible. I can feel the big quality difference between those two. The material is much more hardcore. Military style boots. Those are the tactical Moab 2, version 2 of the best-selling Moab boots. So what you get here is exactly what you see. Tactical color or desert brown, great for deployment or people who want to be in the military. I'm sure that the military is not going to accept you wearing those except off base, but if you still want to look like you're a military guy off the base and yet have very nice footwear, those are the best next thing to the actual military boots. They're very rough. They're actually a lot more hardcore than the usual Merrells. And the material is leather with synthetic mixed within. And plus waterproof body as well. It looks great on you on all sides. You can see how it looks right here. A lot of it. This is very nice in every way possible. It has those nice honey grids on the back here, which is not available in the normal version. Here you can see the back right there, in case you want to get those for yourself. And the bottoms over there. Overall, they feel great. They're very flexible and I really like them. Stylish, beautiful, at the same time practical. And the best thing about this is that they're all in one. You get everything you need in a Merrell shoe, and yet with the looks of a military equipment. There is a mixture of leather uppers and just synthetic material all throughout the entire shoe. A few things that I'm not too happy about is A, the weight. 2, the color scheme is not actually my favorite over here. Another one is the laces. I wish they'd been a little bit longer. Not much of a big problem, but there is a big difference between the original laces, which I actually really like, and those laces which are more heavy duty and I don't like tying them as much. just small things, not really very important when it comes to the overall construction and the feel of those shoes. There is the honey grid right here, and it goes throughout the back of the shoes. There is the track over here. You can see it is nearly identical. The biggest difference between those two is just the core scheme of the shoe and the construction quality of it, which is, this is much more ragged, a little bit more heavy. You can actually feel the difference, and I've been putting between those two. I can feel this is slightly lighter. It is okay. It is good for you. I mean, it's not too heavy for, high top shoes. On the other hand, this, you can feel it is much more substantial, much more heavy than normal shoes. So if you're gonna go hiking, eventually this will drag you down. But comes to think about, it's much less heavy than actual hiking shoes. So if you're looking for something super lightweight, this is not it. Another thing about those is that they're very, very comfortable. Unlike other shoes that you're going to be wearing to go to places, they're super comfortable. And the bottoms is Vibram, and inside they have actually a cushion that you're going to be having inside with specific holes right in there. I can actually see you from here. And those actual holes, you can use them to vent yourself in case you have no other fan out there. So I think it's getting hot over here. So let's go and use them to vent. So this is another thing that you can use this for. Not really the ideal thing, but definitely something you can go ahead and use it for, in case you have no fan. Overall, I really think they're very solid. You can feel how solid they are. They are not really bendable. And the smell test, they smell really good. I mean, when it comes to shoes, there are some stinkers out there, and this is not a stinker. It smells good. And overall, I think this is almost a 10 out of 10 quality. I like it a lot. But when it comes to choosing between the military version and the originals, it is a hard bet. It is really hard to decide here, because this is a little bit lighter, but this is the big difference between those two, is that this is not as waterproof as this. This is like super waterproof. So if you need something really waterproof, you're going to jungles or stuff like that in South America, Africa, wherever you're going to, safari, well, those are the go-to shoes you might actually get. On the other hand, if you need something in the United States or just outback walking, things that you don't need something so heavy duty, definitely this is the pair for you to get. So between those two, I would say it is pretty much a toss-up. A little bit more weight to this one. So if you want something more light duty, you don't need super waterproof, you don't need something super tactical, well, this wins off the bat. Overall, both great shoes. Definitely a toss-up between those two. 10 out of 10 for both of them. And now, next thing I'm going to be showing you is how they work on my actual feet. And of course, you're going to be seeing them on action. So let's talk about the Merrells. Those are the Merrell. Very nice shoes over here. I really like the way they look. And you can see how great they will look on you in case you want to get them for yourself. So on the back, right there, there's the honey grid comb right here, and it continues throughout the whole shoe in the back. In the front, we have a lot of tactical, waterproof, very good quality boots that you're getting here. Leather uppers with some synthetics over here. And I really like the feel and the looks of those shoes. So if you want to look like you are a guy who is deploying and yet you're not deploying, this is the best next thing to real deployment shoes. And possibly you can wear them off base as well. So this is how they actually look like outside, in outdoors. In case you decide to get them, there's going to be a link right down below where you can buy them on Amazon for yourself. Great feeling, lots of flexibility. The Moab 2 tactical deployment shoes. One last point I want to make about those shoes is that they run actually one size different than what you usually get. So if you're getting, like me for example, size 9, I had to get it for size 8.5 instead, and it fit me just fine. So whatever size you're getting, make sure you get one size less. And not really one size, more like half a size less would be the ideal that you will be getting for those shoes. Because if you get the exact same size, they're just not going to fit you pretty good. They're going to be one a little bit larger than they should be. And then if you do decide you actually want to get them, there's going to be a link right down below where you can get them at the lowest possible price on Amazon. Show your support, buy them from me, and it's going to link them directly from Amazon. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this segment, and of course I will see you in another episode of the Geek Tech Show.